Hey everybody, welcome back to Active Self-Protection Extra. It's Suck Less Saturday. Let me ask you about your stance. Do you like your stance?
Today's video is brought to us by Mantis. The Mantis family of products is integral to ASP staff building handgun and carbine skills and are your most economical and fastest path to improvement in your skills too. Whether you choose the X10, the Laser Academy, the Blackbeard, or use them all in concert, they will help your practice be more effective, efficient, and fun. Go check them out, pick up a unit, and thank them for sponsoring today's video.
All right, so there's been a lot of talk and there is some great information out there about different things for different people. I don't believe that there's one stance that works for everybody. I think there's a couple of things that we can think through with this, and I think there's some things that are pretty standard that work for most. But today I want to talk about natural point of aim as it comes with your stance. And so I recently spent some time with Brian and we really worked through this in his class, and I think he's got a great example of this, and I'm not going to do any justice to it. If you have a chance, go take some classes with Brian Hill and you'll really get this. But you know, one thing that I've always talked about, and I've worked with Natalie a lot with a Range Monkey, is, you know, keeping her toes pointed at the target and all of that kind of stuff. And when we spent some time with Brian, we did this I don't know the drill, but it's probably not really a drill, but we went through this procedure that worked through our aim and gave us a better idea what our natural point of aim is so that we can work within the guidelines of our own body. One thing that I always tell people, and I've told people this a lot, I really like the idea of our you know, an athletic stance. I like the, you know, my right foot back just about a half step, so not a huge, I'm not a big into this, but I know some folks are, and if it works for you, then knock yourself out. But sometimes you have to embrace a little bit of weirdness and it's gonna feel weird when you change things up. But I feel like for the average person, it's easier to stand and deliver with the knees broke a little bit or bent just a little bit, like so. So that you're in an athletic position and you can draw your gun and fire. Toes pointing at the target typically help most people, but some people they don't. And what you do see is some folks, you know, when they turn their heel out like so, there's some pain there. And here's the thing. The free lesson in all of this, if it hurts when you do it, don't do it. If it feels weird, knock yourself out and spend a little bit of time embracing that weirdness and feel if it maybe helps you improve. But if it hurts, we don't do things that hurt us. So if you've got a bad back or sciatica issues or knee issues or ankle issues or shoulder, whatever the case may be, if it hurts, then we work around that kind of stuff. So there's no one size fits all. There's one size fits most for sure, but there's not one size fits all. And so the way that Brian gets us to this is something that we're gonna try today. So I'm gonna turn around, I'm gonna face the target, and I'm gonna draw my gun, and I'm gonna press it out there to where I'm aiming. I'm gonna aim in here at this 1-inch square up at the top. With my regular point of aim. Now what I'm going to do after that is I'm not going to pull the trigger. I'm not going to shoot or anything along those lines. I'll shoot a little bit later here in a little bit, but I'm going to aim in that, and then I'm going to close my eyes for a second and focus just for a minute on where my body is. And when I open my eyes up, I'm going to see if my point of aim is in the same place or if I moved. And in a lot of cases, what happens is we're point of aiming and we're putting just a little bit of pressure somewhere within our body, within our muscle structure, that when we close our eyes, everything just relaxes just enough, and all of a sudden we find what is a little bit more natural to our body. And so then what we can do is we can adjust our body to where that's going to just stay there, and then close our eyes again and see if we can stay on that dot. So I'm going to walk through this here real quick and you're going to see what that looks like. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to draw the gun and I'm going to press out at that target, or that 1-inch square. Got everything that I want, so the dot is right in it. I'm aiming at the top of it because I overset and all that. Then I'm going to close my eyes, consider where everything is, and open up. Oh, now look here. Now, so my dot just slid to the left just a hair when I did that. So if I open up this foot just a hair, and I am on a side hill a little bit, I've got, it's fairly flat here, but I've got, you know, grass under my feet. So, okay, so move my body to where it feels calm and relaxed, and then close my eyes again. Open it up, and oh my goodness, I'm still right there, okay? So now I can just shoot a couple like that. So I've opened up just a hair. My toes are not pointed exactly at the target. They're still pointed pretty much at the target, but I opened up maybe a ½ inch is really all it is, but I just relaxed to just a little bit. So now if I pull the trigger, there, I'm right in the 1 inch square. Now I was looking and I can control the gun and do that. Now let's do that here. I'm gonna close my eyes. Oh my goodness, I was in the exact same spot. So once I found that natural point of aim, now again, I'm at 3 yards, so this isn't a hard shot at all, and I'm not telling you to go out to 25 yards and close your eyes. What I'm telling you is to find that spot in your body where you can close your eyes and your dot doesn't move or your irons don't move and you stay aimed in at the same place. So one more time, I'm gonna come up here, close my eyes, open them back up. I'm still on target. There, I went a little low, that was just me. There you go, that's my offsets off just a hair. I didn't account for it. So now I'm gonna press out here, I'm gonna close my eyes, and I'm gonna have an empty gun. I'm not advocating closing your eyes and shooting. Please don't hear that. This is something you need to do in a controlled environment for sure. And I'm not even saying you have to shoot this way. There we go. So I just put most of those shots through one tiny ragged hole at 1 inch. Now I'm not saying that the assignment is not to go shoot with your eyes closed. Please don't hear that. Please, please, please don't hear that. What I want you to do is go out there and find your point of aim, and you can do this in dry fire. You do not have to have a loaded gun to do this at all, but press out, see your sights, put it on the target that you want it on, and then just close your eyes and relax for just a minute. And when you open your eyes up, see if things moved. If things moved a little bit, move your body to where when you close your eyes, it doesn't move. That's the ticket here to find kind of your natural point of aim. Now, if your natural point of aim means that you've got to have your feet pointed out like so, maybe that's something to consider and work through it. But this is a nice little micro drill kind of thing and a way to test that so that when you're quick and you need to deliver quickly, then you already have that idea that, okay, so my toes don't have to be pointed inward or anything along those lines, and now I can go quicker. I'm not going to close my eyes, but I can go quicker, and I'm going to be a little bit more accurate to get there, and I'm not going to have to clean stuff up as I'm going out. I hope that makes sense. Go to the range and try that. Try it in your dry fire. Join us in the Ask Dry Fire Challenge so that you can come there and test it out and test some of these theories out. Embrace a little bit of weirdness. Again, don't shoot with your eyes closed. See you next week.